Hey guys, welcome back to the Technical Beast server. So this looks mostly the same as it did last time. And I just spent the last 3 hours actually sort of bug fixing the server, finding problems with loading and all that, and fixing lots of laggy things that were around. So I'm a little bit behind, but we are going to do lots of things today on the new processing area. Really trying to move this server forward so that it is all completely automated and I don't need to worry about anything anymore. So wait for this to load. Fusion reactor is sitting there nice and pretty, and these are superconductors. Yep, there's quite a lot of that. And all I'm going to do now is start powering it up and get some power out. Then I can start connecting up all my machines and I'll be a very happy person. Don't mind the pun. Down here though, I've installed some tanks. The first of quite a few I want to have down here. Really trying to squeeze out all the efficiencies I can from these chunks that I have. I want to fit all the main tanks for the server down here that we don't really need around. So in here, it's the same things I did on my single player. Just have a gigantic infinite water tank, and this is just going to produce, I think, 5 buckets per tick. So you're never ever going to really get enough water out of that to deplete it. Good luck. All it has is a whole load of Zycraft water underneath it with valves, so it's always throwing water in, and then it's got tesseracts to take it out underneath. Over here I've got a lava one, and I've got 2 other ones here so far. One probably have biomass or biofuel. One I think might have oil in. I'm going to probably do more of these here though, of different colours and the same again. Maybe more liquid redstone, I really want to do that. Maybe a liquid ender pearl one. Maybe get the liquid DNA in here from the bees. I don't know. We'll see how it goes with that. I just really want to try and squeeze out the efficiency, like I said, of these chunks, because I'm really worried about the server strain, and if we stay on this current host, I think we're going to need every little bit of help we can get. So today I really want to get this fusion reactor up and running, and I also want to set up a whole thing down there for blue electricity. Now I've actually just recently gone into my single player and looked through all the blue electricity stuff and found the best way, I think anyway, in my opinion, how to charge up BT batteries and really get them going, and that's thermopiles, and they're really cool to have. So I want to do is set up a giant thing down here to charge loads of those batteries up. That also can supply the whole server if need be. Other people could do other stuff themselves if they wanted to, but I need the blue electricity here to power my swordstrons, my mag tubes. If you haven't seen mag tubes yet, go see my single player. It's really cool little gear, and I really want to use that sort of stuff here to try and ease some lag and be really efficient on sorting. So I'm going to go set up my thermopiles, and I'll be back with you for a little show. Okay, so thermopiles are going in, but as Prize was online, I thought I'd grab him, and we went and set up the stuff for this fusion reactor. Now this side I had already set up some tesseracts to send my stuff in through some just the routers, so they're putting inside the actual reactor itself and then pulling out the used cells afterwards. So it's a nice little neat thing there. So we did want to make the rest of the cells over at Prize's reactor, because he has that all set up on a nice little slicey thing, so you can just keep expanding it. And I think we should go over there and show you what we've done with that. Okay, so over here is the other reactor, first one, numero uno, and with this one we had a slicing unit thing. Do you want to talk us through this actually?
Yeah, sure. It's actually nothing special. It's just here at the beginning on both sides the electrolyzers make the hydrogen cells, and they get furthermore processed on both sides to deuterium. Here with the 12 centrifuges, on the other side with only 3 per slice. And then on this side these deuterium cells get furthermore processed to tritium.
Yep.
And that's exactly enough to, well, maintain 1 fusion reactor per slice.
Yep, so we basically doubled up what we had before, so some of you have seen that already. And what we've got here is just quite a little bodge job. We want to get this working. In this chest down here we have the deuterium and the tritium overflow. So this, from this chest, it fills up this reactor from up top through the managers. And what we've done is set up a little tiny little thing here. Little bit of a fix, and we've got some retrievers here, so that every exact 51.2 seconds, as per that's how often it's going to use up a whole reaction, it's then going to pull out one cell of each from that chest and send it through to my reactor. So in theory, it should just keep up just in time with the cells being used, and then the other side it gets sent back, and I'm actually recycling my cells and my helium cells into this tesseract, which goes into this ender chest. We have not yet tested that bit yet, and that will then send it back through the system and it can get resorted again. So we should keep perfect momentum with all the cells in it, and it should be really cool actually. So is there anything else you want to add? Do you want to add teleporters?
Sorry?
We set up teleporters. Do you want to give them a little show of that?
Well, not really. I was just testing around with them and made one here, then at the processing plant, and well, now at your place.
Yep. So we go through, and then we've also got one over here which goes to my area.
And one back there. Oh, okay.
There's an easy way of getting here, and then we can just go back again.
Yeah, but
So
this takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, pretty cool thing. Does take a lot of energy, and I've really got to get mine going now. So I'm ready to... Oop, not in the thing. I'm ready to turn it on, but I've got to set up some other stuff for it first to get the energy out. I don't want to start electrocuting myself like Prizey does straight away. I want to make it at least a little bit more safe. So in this reactor now, you can see that it's actually building up cells because it's been going for about 17 minutes now. It's been sending them through every time. And it's got to plug these panels in and the reactions would start. Only thing left to test is the output, and that will come in due course. So I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to set up these thermopiles and finish them, and then we're going to set up some of these and try and transfer some of this energy into something useful. So I'll see you in a bit, guys. Okay, and the piles are in. A few more than I kind of anticipated I was going to do. There's about 400 of them. And a slightly different style to what I was planning as well. I had a lovely comment on my single player world saying that I should use the Zycroft ice to keep the water solid, so you negate the effects of having things like this, which I thought would be a really nice idea to play around with. You can do it probably more compact than this by rotating them and all sorts of things like that, but I really want a nice symmetrical thing here, and I liked it to look a little bit more impressive. Get rid of some of that void fog down at the lower layers and make it look quite nice. And above here is just a whole load of batteries, and they're filling up quite nicely. They're doing pretty well. So this should be more than enough electricity to do anything, I hope. Should be quite good. I'm going to leave that bottom bit for today because I'm not going to wire anything up to it at the moment. I have got some charging stations that I will put in, but until I need the actual electricity, I'm not really going to touch it for now. And this needs to be turned on, and it keeps filling up. I've already taken out 2 stacks of each thing, so it's been a good 3 hours already since the last clip. But I need to turn this on. I did a little bit of testing in creative of how I was going to do this, and because the way I've put around my tesseracts and things does make it a little bit more awkward, I think, to what I can do with this. Although I could just put one underneath, couldn't I? That could be an idea. I might move these tesseracts around a little bit so I can expose both sides of the wire. Maybe not, I don't know. I'll play with that anyway. And I'm going to go and try and set up a thing for this to distribute the energy. I need to put 4 super condensers in to move it all down to normal levels of electricity. EU. A little bit of a mind boggle to get that right. I think I'm doing something very, very similar to Prizey's one. He really got the same idea there, and I think it's a good way to go. But I've got to make it so that all the energy can go from this bit here to anything in this gigantic hole, including down there. So I want to make it a little bit more clever so that maybe down here I would have it stepping down a quarter of it, and up the top it might step down another quarter of it. I might have a step down here or something, and a step down halfway between these ones, so that 40 blocks away from normal wires they can reach everything without really needing to struggle for anything. kind of the idea. So it's going to be a little bit different to Prizes one, but the movement inwards is really nice. I might actually move stuff down here eventually and do my own making of the cells, but it's a nice way of just keeping it all in one place at Prizes. So yeah, I'm going to get on with this and start placing some stuff, and I'll be back with you with a nice little update. Okay, this is where the nerves start to really kick in. I'm quite worried if this goes wrong. It's currently charging up. It's got to get to 14 million for this reaction to start. And when that starts, there's no going back, at least for a little while anyway. So what have I done here? I really have decided to go for half split down here, half split up there for the total output. And I've moved the central one into the middle for power line going down. I will need to replace this bit here when that's charged up, otherwise it will start taking the millions out of that into these. So to make this work in a vertical thing, down here, thought a really nice simple way of doing it. I've got a super condenser in the middle, there, and it's really hard to tell which sides go to which and everything else. That super condenser goes to 4 HVs and then goes to the MVs. So it's a little bit hard to work out correctly, but the superconductor wire can do an infinite amount of energy. The 2 point something million is actually the highest integer number on Java, so that's just basically saying infinity. And then the condensers and things work a little bit differently. They're per packet, they're not per tick, so it's a little bit harder to work out if you're doing it right or not. But in theory, they should go through that, come out of that at 2000, I think. It takes it in at 8000 EU per tick, gives it out 2000, I believe. We'll check that though when it starts up. These can then take in 2000 and they give out 512. 512 then comes through these, which it can now go through these wires, out onto these sides at 128. So that's generally what you'll be powering things with, is 128, so that works fine, and it looks quite good. What I'm going to do is powering these massive arrays of electrical engines. There's going to be about 400 of them, which all need to be upgraded to the highest energy usage ones, which is going to be a huge task. But up here, I couldn't do the same thing as down there because it's a little bit more frustrating and a bit weird here. So I decided to do a less efficient way of doing it, so that I've got 2 super condensers instead of 1, doing the job of 1. So both of these are going to be taking out half the energy 1 would. In theory, if it was just 1 going to 4, if that makes sense, so that I can make it so that this is a central nice column and it looks nice. I think it's looking quite good so far, and nice little easy little way to look at it. And I'll probably start painting these and everything else just to be really careful that no one messes them up and starts killing people and blowing things up and everything else. And same sort of thing here though, off to HVs, then the MVs, and then these will also link up like this to the next part of it, because one of these setups is not going to give out enough. It's going to be about 8000 EU per tick in total, each one of these sort of segments, and that's not going to be enough to power all of my engines, so it's going to take about 16,000 or so, or whatever it actually ends up being in total. So that'd be quite nice to do that, and then there should be hopefully some spare energy to go off and power other machines around, but mostly focusing on these first of all because he's going to be doing the MJ, and this must be getting reasonably closer. No, only a quarter of the way. I'm going to have to do a little bit of off-camera waiting again for that to charge up. Yeah, I really want to show you what I was doing first of all before it all could go kablam and blow up, and I can really check back at my own footage if it does go kabang. So I'm going to wait around for quite a little while for that to charge up. I'll be back with you hopefully when it's ready. Okay, almost there. And you know I hate not doing anything for a while, so I'm going to put these in here. So these got the directed wire in. These are actually emerald, not emerald, they're sapphire, green sapphire directed wire, and they go all the way up, and they should power all of them fine. Got some energy test racks at the bottom to take the energy away. When I do it properly, I have it so that those conduits go down to the floor, all the way along the backs of the ceilings, backs of the walls, everything else, nice and hidden and go wherever I want. This should pretty much be done now and be very dangerous. I think that is on. Yep, fusion has begun. So get rid of these ones here, and desperately not want to die. We've had too many problems with deaths on oh, lost a solar panel there. Where'd that go? I actually insulated all this stuff as well, because it's uninsulated wire. If you fall on it, you will get fried, no matter what you're wearing. So I need some superconductor wire there, and I hope nothing explodes now. Really hope. Okay. Is there enough energy in there to go out? Yes, there is. Nothing exploded. Are these working yet? No. Let's have a little look here. Are these filling up? No. Oh dear. Looks like I have done something wrong. Now that should be giving energy out through that. That should be coming down there. That should be going into there. So these should be giving out power. That should be going into them. No fuel. Something is not right here. Something is not right. Not right at all. This is quite perplexing. So let me get my EU reader out. Is any of it leaving at all? Nothing. 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 I even put these MSFUs, yeah, to see if I get some power out of this thing. Now something must be the wrong way round. That is rather annoying. You should be okay, I believe. So should you. Are you okay? It looks all okay to me. I'm gonna get back to you in a bit when I've worked out what's wrong. Okay, fast forward time quite a bit. It's actually the next day. I came back, had a look at it, worked out what the problem was, and it was the super condenser wasn't quite in the right place, and I went and changed that, so it's all working perfectly fine now. And how on earth is there a zombie? I don't even know, actually. Where on earth did you spawn? I probably have to find that out sometime. Maybe spawned on top of the charger mat? I don't know, actually. Where did he spawn? I am confuddled. Anyway, I went and put in a load of engines. There is 480 electrical engines at the moment, and that should be the maximum amount of engines I'm going to need for what I'm going to be doing. Each of them's only on the normals, they're not actually upgraded yet. I'm going to put these circuits in every single one like so. Oh, that just lost me the whole stack. Ah. Well, that was a bummer. Oh dear. Did that fall on the floor or something? I've been robbed. I definitely been robbed there. Man, that's not fair. Okay, that's a bit annoying. I have to think about that when I put in the rest. Anyway, I've gone and installed 4 charger mats as well, because I'm fed up of being here and not actually having my stuff charged up. So it's a really nice way of charging it all up and not need to worry. And it gets recharged very, very quickly, which is very, very nice. And the fusion reactor is safe now. I've gone and insulated pretty much everything, so it's all got this glass viewer on, which looks really good. And this will always stay at 2 of each, because these 2 are overflow and the timing circuit is working perfectly. Really pleased about that. You'll see the other one come in a sec as well. There you are, comes back in. Very, very cool. And all these engines are powered by these. To keep them on with the signal. These are all jacketed wire. These are just the sapphire ones. Looks quite nice. We had a lot of sapphires, so I thought I might as well do that. Actually, I haven't connected these ones up, have I? Okay, so I'm just connecting them up on both sides. And yeah, that could be an annoyance. At the moment they're only using 6 EU per tick each to actually go. So I'm only using about 3000 EU for all of them. When I upgrade them with the circuit boards I just had, they then use 43 EU per tick when they're upgraded, using about 20,000 EU per tick together. Considering this is only giving out, I think it's 36,000 EU per tick, it leaves me about 16,000 to use something else. Out is 33 million. So about 13 million EU per tick to use for other things. 13,000 I mean, don't I? Yes? That's total, yes. 33,000 EU per tick out. I'm using 20,000, I get about 13,000 left. There you are. And I can now quickly start adding all sorts of things onto this for the power. So this moment is making 960 MJ per tick, and it will go up to 5,760 MJ per tick when they're all upgraded. It's going to take me a little while to upgrade them, but it'll be really worth it. Down here is the start of my magma crucible setup. I'm really looking forward to using these because I can power so many of them. I can melt loads and loads of things. So these ones here so far are going to be lava ones. I've got a whole lot of ignis extruders. Go to my magma crucibles. This is a lava ring. There's 36 of these. So we're producing quite a lot of lava, filling up this tank very quickly. I'll probably need to add a quantum tank to the lava one as well. So when this one gets full, it'll put into a quantum one, because I'm really overflowing that. And we're moving the lava machine down that was using it, all the centrifuges to make the copper and stuff. That will come down here as well somewhere. But for the moment, I've just got these lava ones in here. I need to put the redstone ones and the ender pearl ones in here as well. I don't know how much I'll run them. I might just have them going to a barrel and just have like 1 or 2 of them smelting all the time. Not really that urgent to fill up a whole tank straight away. I'm starting to put tanks in as well. They should be really cool. So yeah, I think that is most of what I'm going to talk about. This setup works fine. This is giving out 128 EU per tick. This one up here is giving out 512 EU per tick. Doesn't matter what charge you give to these at all, but this bit down here, I can always grab some of these off and go to some sort of EU device if I need to, that voltage. And it looks quite cool like that anyway. Meh, I like it. But yes, I think that is all I do have time for today. Taking me a lot longer than I expected, but so do most things on Minecraft, and just have to get it done. And I just love these. So nice. So yes, that is the progress for today. I'll see you next time with a lot more things upgraded. Hopefully the tanks will be filled up with all sorts of things and lots more magma crucibles and things in here. Maybe even get some of these engines upgraded as well and really start pumping out some energy. So, thank you very much for joining me guys, and thank you for your continued support with a thumbs up. They're really helpful. And I'll see you later guys.